Smoko Battle Report. Today I am proud to present an 800-point battle report between Radaghasts Alliance and the Ringwraiths of Mordor. Radaghasts Alliance consists of Radaghasts on a great eagle and 6 great eagles from the Misty Mountains. The Ringwraiths of Mordor consist of the Witch King on an armoured fell beast with the crown of Morgul. He has 3 might, 15 will, and 3 fate. Accompanying the Witch King are 4 Nazgul on unarmoured fell beasts. They each have 2 might, 11 will, and 2 fate. A d6 was rolled to determine which scenario we will be playing from the main rulebook. The result was a 6, which means we will be choosing from pool 4 to 6. A 4 followed our roll of a 6, meaning we will be playing scenario Capture and Control. In Capture and Control, players take turns alternating deploying warbands. On a roll of a 1 to 3, they must deploy within 12 inches of the centre line. On a 4, 5, or 6, their models may deploy anywhere within their controlling table half. 5 objectives are deployed as shown in this diagram. As you can see, here is the table with the objectives deployed. Rolling off for deployment, Evil win to choose which side and who deploys first. They rolled for their first warband, rolling a 4, deploying their first Ringwraith on the back flank outside of 12 inches. Radaghasts then rolls for his warband, rolling a 2. He deploys his warband in the center, with all the Great Eagles within 6 inches of him. The next Ringwraith also rolls a 6, deploying outside of 12 inches from the center. Another Ringwraith rolls to see where they'll deploy, rolling a 3, deploying within 12 inches of the center on the left-hand flank, next to the other Ringwraith. The last of the generic Ringwraith rolls a 1, so he deploys within 12 inches of the center on the right-hand flank, next to his other friend on the right. The Witch King rolls a lucky 5, so he's able to deploy wherever he wants. So he deploys outside of 12 inches of the center in the middle of the field. Here's what our table looks like at the end of deployment. The first roll for priority yields a draw, with both players rolling a 5. Then, in the second roll, Evil rolls a 5 with Good rolling a 3, Evil priority. Radaghasts the Brown declares a heroic move. The Ringwraith on the right flank declares a heroic channel, as does the Ringwraith on the left flank. Radaghasts' heroic move sees him moving back from the center, presumably to get out of range of spells. First Ringwraith moves up and casts Channeled Black Dart, successfully casting on a 6. He then rolls d3 wounds. He rolls to wound with both dice, needing 3s against the defense 6. Both are successful. The closest eagle to that Ringwraith takes 2 wounds. The second Ringwraith on the right flank also casts Channeled Black Dart, successfully casting on a 6. He rolls to see how many wounds he obtains, and he gets 3 wounds. He then rolls to see how many wounds he will cause to the eagle, only doing 2. He spends his last point of might to change the 2 to a 3, which kills the eagle outright. Here is Radaghasts' eagles before the black dart and after the black dart. This is what the table looks like at the end of turn 1. Turn 2. Priority goes to Good. The Witch King and both Nazgul to either side of him both declare heroic channels. Good have declared no heroic actions this turn. In the movement phase, the wounded eagle takes a terror test to try and charge the closest Nazgul. He needs a 5 because of Harbinger and passes. The second eagle also attempts to charge the Nazgul. He also successfully charges into the Nazgul. Now there are 2 eagles within combat of the Nazgul. Next, Radaghasts moves up and he attempts to cast Panic Steed on the Witch King, which is successfully cast on a 3+. The Witch King uses 2 points of will to deny and successfully denies, rolling a 4+. Radaghasts then uses the rest of his movement to fall back. The remaining eagles form around Radaghasts and try to protect his control zones to stop him being charged. And here comes a big movement turn for the Nazgul. This Nazgul moved up, cast Channel Black Dart, and rolled a 6. And also rolled a 6 to determine how many wounds he got. So he rolled 3 wounds, rolling a 6, a 4, and a 2. And he mited the 2 to change the result to a 3 and killed the eagle. He then passed a terror test and charged the eagle to his left and supported his friend in close combat. The Witch King then advanced and cast his Channel Black Dart onto the eagle directly in front of him, successfully cast on a 5+. He then rolled to determine how many wounds, and again he luckily rolled a 6. Rolling to wound, he only ended up doing 2 wounds with 2 results of a 3. He then took a terror test and charged down into Radaghasts the Brown. The last of the channeling ring raids advanced, attempting to cast Channel Black Dart and failing on the result of 2 highest. He then passed his courage test and charged into the eagle directly in front of him. The ring wraith to his right then proceeded to pass their courage test and then charge into combat to support their friend. As good had one priority, they determined the order of combat, starting with the charging eagle. They rolled a 3 high, whilst the Nazgul rolled a 5 high. The Nazgul then proceeded to wound the eagle, which only had 1 wound left, removing him from the table completely. The next combat to take place went down between the Nazgul who charged to peel the eagle off his friend. With the eagle rolling a 6 high, the Nazgul lost the combat. The eagle then proceeded to rend the Nazgul, rolling 1 wound, and the Nazgul passed his 4-up fate. The next combat to take place happened between the 2 Nazgul that charged the eagle. Rolling a 5 high, they win the fight, opting to rend the eagle. They only managed to cause 2 wounds against the eagle. This ring wraith had 1 point of might left, and used it to change the result of one of the dice to take the eagle out. Saving the best combat for last, we have the Witch King versus Radaghasts. Unfortunately, I forgot to strike up with the Witch King in the beginning of the combat phase. Radaghasts wins the combat with higher fight on the drawed result. He then runs and does 2 wounds to the Witch King. The Witch King attempts to pass his fate and rolls 2 3s. He then, instead of taking the chance and rolling his last fate, opts to use his last 2 points of might to change the result to 4, instead of taking a chance and rolling his last point of fate. This is the board at the end of the turn. Good wins the priority. This turn, Radaghasts Alliance will break, so as of next turn they will have to start rolling courage tests. Radaghasts attempted to cast Panic Steed on the Witch King, which went off on a 5. It was then promptly dispelled by the Witch King, who rolled a 6. Radaghasts then passed his courage test to charge into the Witch King. Radaghasts then moved into base contact with the Nazgul. On the eagle's left flank, the eagle attempted to charge into both of the Nazgul, but failed, rolling snake eyes for his courage test. Then, on the eagle's right, this eagle attempted to charge the furthest Nazgul, successfully passing his courage test and moving to base contact with the Nazgul. Both Nazgul charged the eagle on the right flank. They roll for their courage tests and both succeed, the first rolling a 10 and the second rolling a 4. Both Nazgul successfully made it into base contact of the eagle. The Nazgul on the left attempted to charge the eagle that had charged his ally on the left. He passed his courage test rolling a 9 and moved to base contact with the eagle. Good had the priority, so it was determined that Radaghasts and the Witch King would be the first combat determined. Radaghasts charged, so he got a charge bonus with an extra dice. Rolling a 6, he won the fight. He then rendered against the Witch King himself and failed to do any wounds. Radaghasts then spent his final 2 points of might to do 2 wounds on the Witch King. With only 1 wound and 1 point of fate remaining, there was no way the Witch King could survive. The Witch King perished and his mount fled the field. The next combat was between the 2 charging wraiths and the eagle on the right flank. The wraiths win the fight and rend the eagle, doing 4 wounds. The eagle was removed from play. Finally, with the combat on the left, the eagle that charged and then was charged wins the fight rolling a 6. He then rends the ring wraith in front of him, managing to do 3 wounds. There is no way that the ring wraith could have survived this with only 1 wound and 2 points of fate. This is how the battlefield looks at the end of the turn. Evil win the priority. As this is the first turn that good is officially broken, there must be a roll to determine if the game ends. On a 1 or a 2, of which a 1 is rolled, the game ends. As neither player is controlling any victory points as per the conditions, and evil had broken the good side and good had done a wound to the evil's leader, it is a draw. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the format of this Smoko battle report, and I would like to thank my partner Samantha for learning how to play so that we could bring you this video. See you in the next video.